Hello once again, and welcome to another installment of Kavalden's Comic Review. I'm your host, Kavalden. I only have 2 comics today. I'm still kind of recovering, even though from OhioCon, which was still a great time. Had a blast there. I'm looking forward to next year, or whatever my fellow Whovians, or are we still calling ourselves that? I totally forgot that. I can't even pronounce the new name. Is looking for. Let me see here. To be honest, I'm going to also talk about a few other things, too. But I'm going to get to 2 comics right now. I'm going to start with Amazing SpiderMan 679. This is a conclusion to another from the last story arc. Basically, it's a good story arc. It's a little bit of a filler Spider-Man before the big Amazing Spider arc they're going to be doing next, which is coming up, I think, in the next issue. Like I said, it's a nice little filler arc. It's a nice little 2-part story. Dealing with time travel and such with that. And like I said, like I've stated before, I love that Ramos is back on with the drawing of this book because I love his artwork. You know, his artwork is just perfect for Spider-Man, in my opinion. Like I said, the story is nice. We get to see Silver Sable in this again, and the Flag Smasher. I even have to say I laugh because there are 2 parts in the book, and I quote this. There are 2 parts in the book where they reference Doctor Who, and that kind of put a smile on my face after dealing with everything I was dealing with in Ohio. So yeah, apparently Peter Parker does not know who Doctor Who is. Thinks he works for the Defenders, which wouldn't actually have been a bad choice. You know, Doctor Who teaming up with Iron Fist and Doctor Strange. That actually would be a good battle. That would actually be a great thing to see them go back and forth with banter. But I'm with it. And there's a person who helps out Spidey, who at the end of the story actually dresses up like the 4th Doctor. I'm not kidding. And considering enough all the times I've seen guys at the con dressed up as the 4th Doctor, I've met a few of them that are actually really good. So yeah, it's a nice little story arc, but yeah. Okay, let's move on to Venom number 13. Circle of 4. This is actually Flash Thompson's Venom's very first story arc. For the last 12 issues, we've mostly seen him adapt to his new abilities, him accepting, you know, his responsibility of working with the symbiote, dealing with the death of his father, and I have to say, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing this because we have some actual. This is pretty much a black and red issue, pretty much, because we have Red Hulk, X-23, and the new female Ghost Rider, in this arc, and it's pretty funny, and it's working out in Vegas since Flash is still in Vegas. I'm kind of wondering how it is. As far as I've been told and what I've seen, it looks pretty good. Blackheart's in this, so that's pretty cool. Flash is actually taking on a major villain in the Marvel Universe, though that's pretty cool right there. You know, pretty much his first big villain. And as far as I can tell, this is going to be pretty much a 1, 2, 3, 4... Maybe a 5, I think a 5, yeah, counting this one. This is a 6-story arc, and I like that. It's not a short one, it's not a small one. But of course, you're doing the 13.1s, and it goes from 13.1 to 13.2 to 13.3 to 13.4, and concludes with issue 14. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they didn't want it to tie it in with their main issue. I don't know why Marvel does that, doing those .1 things. I still don't get that. I just don't. Let's see here. Like I said, I'm still recuperating from OhioCon and the long 8-hour drive. But there was something I was able to look into and get information on this, and I have to say this. DC is now decided to work on a prequels origin stories for the Watchmen. Yeah, each individual Watchmen will get their own prequel origin story. You know, I really hate to steal a catchphrase from a fellow person on the internet, but I think it's best appropriate what I'm about to say. What the fuck is wrong with you, DC? Why would you do this? Why? Tell me this. Why? Why would you do a prequel to Watchmen? A prequel to Watchmen. Why? Watchmen is fucking perfect. It's a masterpiece. It's probably one of the best comics I've ever read. It's probably one of the best comics ever written. Why would you do prequels of this? This makes no sense. What? Did you think, well, I'll probably think, hey, well, I guess we gotta do something. Hey, I guess our sales are in the toilet because of 52, and I'll get to that in a sec. But why? I mean, Christ almighty, I mean, I know you've been making it pretty big with all your, well, Marvel's been sort of making it big, and I know you've been making it big with all your sort of movies that you've been doing, but you have to go the Hollywood route and now start doing that with your comics? You don't reboot a series like Watchmen. You can't do it. Sure, the covers are nice. They look really interesting. They would have been great if they were put into the actual Watchmen book, the original, but no! You do not fuck with Watchmen. You don't redo it. It's not supposed to be redone. It should be, actually, there should be a law about this. Honestly, with all the laws, forget the SOPA bill, for crying out loud. For all the laws, just put a law saying something so good does not get to be redone. Apparently, that would make putting George Lucas out of money, and he's retiring, so there's probably a reason why. Yeah, Watchmen. Okay, let me be honest. I'm still trying to figure out the whole thing with DC right now. They reboot their series, which most of them aren't really reboots. And see, in my opinion, when I'm hearing the reboot, I was actually thinking that they were going to redo all their stories of their main characters all over again. Instead, they just put them in new stories, new situations, and just redid a few things. It's not really, it's not really a reboot. It's just a big change. And maybe that's just the way I see it. I mean, heck, look at their logo. They even redid their logo. Why would you redo the DC logo? The DC logo was fine the way it was. There are just some things you just don't change. I mean, Christ, the new DC logo, give me a break. It's like when Sci-Fi changed their logo from the Sci-Fi channel to the Seafood channel. I can't even pronounce it. I mean, as far as I know, it's on the channel where they play all the bad asylum films, okay? That's what they should just call it. But like I said, I don't know what's going on with DC. I mean, I'm not going to say that all the DC New 52s are bad, but honestly, there are a few that are okay. I mean, I like them. I mean, as far as I can say, let me see here. I've liked a few of the Batman ones, and I still collect those. I'm only collecting Action Comics Superman, because I really don't care for the other one. I stopped pretty much collecting all the others. I mean, except for maybe one or two. I mean, I haven't read Batgirl, with Gail Simone, I should do that again. Because I think Gail Simone's a great writer, especially what she did with Deadpool. I hear Animal Man has been a really good read. I haven't picked that up. This is just what I've been told on this. But from what I have seen, Batwoman's been a really good read. And Aquaman's been a really good read. Yeah, Aquaman. I can't believe I'm even saying that. I was never really a big Aquaman fan until now. I mean, I stopped collecting all the others. I mean, I pick up a Flash comic now once in a while because, I don't know, I kind of like what they're sort of doing with Flash, but maybe I don't now. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I missed an issue or two, so I can't really put full judgment on that. But the others, I think, most of the others, I just stopped reading. And there's still a debate on a few other things in the DC universe I'm still questioning about, like Voodoo and Grifter. They weren't, I know DC owned the rights to some of their publishers in the past, but to have given them their own comics, I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe, it's just me, I guess, But I don't know what you're thinking. I just don't know about this. This is baffling to me. Why DC would do this? Why? I mean, it won't be written. It's odd, as far as I know, it's not going to be written by the same guys who did Watchmen. So, and to be honest, if it's an origin story, why? That again, why? The original Watchmen comics pretty much gave everything we needed to know on the characters. Their backstory, their origins, their highs, their lows, everything. I mean, there's nothing to actually retell, to be honest. If you never picked up Watchmen, here's what I say on this. If you've never watched Watchmen the movie, and you've never picked up a single issue of Watchmen, try to find like a paperback version of it. It's really good. It has everything in it. It may seem like a long read, but it's worth it. And you won't. But my suggestion, if you've never picked it up, don't go near these ones when they come out. Don't even bother with them. They look completely terrible. Yeah. So I guess that's it. I think I ranted a little longer than I expected. Sorry about that. I was really kind of bummed. I was really pissed off about that. Well, next week will be the big one. Here, February 8th, 2012 will be the big one. The 50th issue of Deadpool will be coming out. And as far as I know, it's a story arc on its own. I can only pray and hope for the best. I'm really worried about this one. They've been making kind of a big stink about it. I don't know what Daniel Wade's planning to do. I can only hope for the best. So, far as I know, next week will be an all Deadpool issue. I'm going to be pretty much focusing all my attention on the 50th issue and hoping for the best. Really am hoping for the best. Hopefully, I won't get too angry or get into a drunken stupor, because apparently I feel like I'm going to be drinking a lot next week. Yeah. Better get myself ready for that. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.